Hey guys, I'm going to do a short little update here. I've spent the last couple of days actually getting my studio reorganized. As you can see here, I've labeled all of everything and I've been clipping sprues like crazy, just trying to get everything kind of put together a little better. So let's go on a little bit of a new tour of the new setup. I got some additional shelving. My roommate moved out, so I am now using his spare room over here for just storage of a lot of stuff. So I've got all the pink foam and everything in here. The game room has also, game room slash living room, has also gotten a slight reorganization. There's the Plasticraft set right there. I'm actually going to do some additional things to that in the future, but for now it's pretty good tabletop. Over here I've got my Warriors of Chaos set up where I'm going to start putting those together to start getting some battle reports and games in. I picked up these shelves also to start holding terrain, because I'm going to be repairing and repainting the, what are they called? They're Terrainaholics Modest Magic Eldar game board. So I'm going to go ahead and redo that here shortly as well. Also, I wanted to throw this out there for anyone who might be interested if you're an Eldar player. This is a piece that we did a while back. It was the Eldar display board for the level 8 Eldar. The client just did not like it. It's still pretty good. It's magnetized. I can even go in and fix these little circles with some metal plates instead of the magnets that are embedded, if that's what a client would prefer. But I'm willing to part with this because it's not got a home and it's just taking up space. So if you want to make me an offer, just shoot me an email to projects@titanterrainstudio.com. And it's a nice little display board for your Eldar jet bikes. So back in here, what I'm actually doing is I'm doing the casting run for the Space Hulk set that I'm doing for a friend of mine. I've also started casting up some of these nifty Woodland Scenics rock formations, and I have encountered a slight problem that I'm going to be looking into. But basically, if you look at the mold, you can see it actually doesn't sit even, and this causes the plaster to pour out, which, as you can see, that's what's happened over here. It's just poured out all over this little area. Of course, that's why I built the table the way I did. But I did do this one actually works really fine. So you see, I got all these little rocks right here. Let's get a little bit of a close up. There you go. There's a slightly better detail look. But there's a ton of these little suckers, as you can tell. And these are going to be really useful for just random rocks that I put in projects. It's going to increase the quality of our scatter terrain a little bit, just because I'm not going to have to sit here and cut like foam out and cut little rocks out. But, okay, so let's get into what actually takes to make a Space Hulk set out of these molds. And I'll give you the exact mold numbers in case you want to do it yourself. Now, I will say this, we do not offer these services because this is still very much a learning process. And until such a time as I feel comfortable with mass producing these, we do not offer these services. This is simply just a craft project at this point. It's kind of an experiment. So what you need for the base set is you need mold number 325, 276, and 277. Now, the numbers that you see I wrote down, yeah, I'm just writing on my desk because I don't care. It's my desks. I'm probably going to repaint them anyway at some point. So this one, I need 60 of them, and this is to make not only the regular Space Hulk game, but the expansions as well. So I need 60 of those, I need 54 of these, and I need 60 of these. And then I need 16 of these, because these are for only the expansion. So what I'm doing is I've just got Pandora up, and then I've got my Gruck Face Killer. That's the, is his name Gruck? Well, let's look. I think it's Gruck Face Killer. But it's the new Sanctus Reach. You can see I got my Psychic cards too now. I'm getting back into 40k with a vengeance. So yeah, Sanctus Reach, Sanctus Reach. I am pretty sure this is Gruck Face Killer. Gruck Face Killer. Yep. So I'm putting him together in between listening to Pandora and doing the mold casting. I'm going to basically be working on my personal armies while I'm doing this, because there's no way I can really do anything project related, because it takes, you do 6 minutes after the initial pour, then you have to basically take one of these. You can look on Bruce's website for this. You take one of these, you place it on top because it soaks up the water that flows to the top after 6 minutes. Then you scrape them with this scraper to get them. See, I didn't scrape these because these particular ones, oh, these are Blue Table Paintings cobblestone base molds. Sean let me borrow them. Let me see, where did I put some? Because we didn't have any more, and I wanted some for my Infinity. Because, you know, Infinity, my Toho will come out with more stuff. So I'm producing a bunch of those for my own personal use. As you can see, they're pretty good. They're not made out of the resin that the originals were made of, but, you know, the plaster works just as well, because it's not like you're going to throw them around really hard. But that's why you would scrape them, is because otherwise you get this. Now, I didn't scrape this because when I did scrape it, it kind of gave me some issues. And quite frankly, I can just, you know, chip off the rock piece and it'll get based anyway when I use them, so it's not such a big deal. It's a bigger deal for these. But, yeah, just got a lot of stuff going on today. I'm hoping to get this done before Wednesday so that I can start putting it all together. I'm going to put it down on, I'm thinking hardboard, but I'm also going to look and see if I can just use this, this foam core over here as well. The foam core will give a slightly lighter feel to it, while the hardboard, while being more durable, will it'll be a little bit more difficult to work with as well, and it'll be heavier. And this stuff's already pretty heavy. These things aren't light. Like if you pick one of these up, let's see. Let me give you an equivalent. So here's a metal Warboss. So if you've ever picked up like a large metal figure like that, and I would say that these 4 pieces are equivalent in weight to him, almost. And that's just because I'm using the Merlin's Magic casting material. So yeah, not light at all, but very durable. Like this stuff can take a pretty good beating. The one thing that has annoyed me a little bit about these is, there you go, you can see the little holes. Now those 4 holes that you see there and those holes there, those are supposed to be there. But then you see all these little like bubbles, and those annoy me. Now, for the fact that this is a Space Hulk board that I'm building, it's not a bad thing. Tim really is okay with the bubbles because he's just sort of like, just paint it like rust and it'll look fine. I'm going to get this together. I also even located a little something that I think will be kind of neat. I located a Gene Stealer in one of my bits boxes. So I'm going to try and get a bunch of Gene Stealers and Blood Angels Terminators sometime in the next couple weeks. Because once I build this one for Tim, I'm going to build one for myself, because why not? I've been playing the Space Hulk video game, so I kind of digging the idea of taking this to the game stores and playing some Space Hulk with some people. So remember, guys, you got a couple more days for the Orcs in July special. That's 10% off of any Orc project that you get in July. We've already gotten a couple of quotes come through that should be pretty fun to work on. So get in on that while you still can.